Okay, good day everyone. No, we're going to continue our discussion regarding on our ICT course, no, yung ating dinidiscuss within this semester. So previously, we already done on our last meeting regarding with the 7 basic elements of designing. So we are going to continue now on our next discussion, which is the CorelDRAW X7, because in this software, I think we need to apply those 7 basic elements of designing. So hopefully you still remember that. No, ngayon, gagamitin natin yung CorelDRAW X7 to apply all of those 7 basic elements of design. Okay, so before we go through to our discussion, I would like to give you the objectives of this presentation or this video or this tutorial. So first, at the end of this presentation, I would like you to able to define the different terms such as CorelDRAW, software interface, tools, property, and Docker. So those are the 5 terms that we want to unlock during this presentation. And second, you have to understand the software interface or working space. Working space of CorelDRAW X7, no? X7 or 17. Identify the different tools in CorelDRAW X7, and of course you have to install the CorelDRAW version 17 or X7 in your device. It's whether cell phone, laptops, or desktop. No? Hopefully meron sa cellphone no ng CorelDRAw X7, no? Same features. But yung akin ini-imply dito is yung ating device which will be desktop or a laptop. Okay? So these are the objectives of this presentation. So let's go ahead now to identify those unlocking terms or those terminologies. So we have 5 terminologies. We have CorelDRAW, software interface, tools, property, and Docker. Let's unlock first the CorelDRAW. So based on wikipedia.org, sa Wikipedia ko lang kinuha to. So CorelDRAW is a design to edit 2-dimensional images such as logos and posters, and it is available for Windows and Mac OS. So simple lang, this is a software or a program to design 2-dimensional image. So alam naman natin dun sa basic concept of your course, we have the output logos, poster, and tawag dun, magazine cover, diba? So pwede yan gawin sa CorelDRAW. Yun. And this software is available on the Mac OS, which is the Apple, or also available into Windows. So, continuing, in 1987, please be reminded with that year. In 1987, we have the 2 Corel engineers, which is Michel Bouillon and Pat Byrne. Sila yung mismo nag-develop, and they called it a vector-based illustration program. So this is a vector-based illustration program to bundle with their desktop publishing systems. So ganun lang kasimple. A CorelDRAW is a vector-based illustration which is designed to edit 2-dimensional image to produce logos or poster, something like that. Okay, next we have software interface. Okay. A software interface is a jargon based on www.computerhope.com/jargon/interface. This is a jargon term for computer word only. So let's based on this link, the definition of software interface is a program that allows a user, to interact to device or computers, especially computers, in person or over a network. An interface may also refer to controls used in a program that allows the user to interact with the program. It allows us to interact to such programs. So, itong program na to, sometimes it's called software. Yung software interface, yun yung mismong working space ng ating software or certain program. Sometimes yung software interface called as the GUI stand for graphical user interface, or what we call software workspace. Yun lang software interface. Next, we have the tools. A tools is a handheld device that aids in accomplishing a task, based on www.merriam-webster.com, yung dictionary ng tool. Kapag sinabing tools, handheld device. But kakaiba to sa terminologies ng computer, because in computer software tools, we may call it as an element of a computer program, one of the element of computer program na nasa loob ng software interface, no, such as a graphic application that activates and controls a particular function. So meron din tool sa loob ng software interface ng isang program, and those tools has or have a particular function. Malalaman natin yan while exploring the CorelDRAW X7 itself. Yan, that is based on Mom Merriam-Webster. Very, very, very useful resources. Okay, we have the property, the fourth term. We have a property based again on Mom Merriam-Webster, which is a dictionary. The common term a common term of property is something that is owned by a person or a business or etc. Ganun lang. It is a property owned by someone or by the individual or even a group. But in computer software, once again, because we are dealing with computer, our course is dealing with computer. Property, it is a special quality, special, natatangi, attribute or characteristic of something or of an object. So, sa bawat software, merong object na nilalagay at matatakal natin yan one by one. And each object, let's say ang object ay text, alam natin yung text, diba? Text, shape, or image yan. Let's say that is the common object in computer software. They have their own quality and special attributes, something like that. That is the property. Or we may call it, what's the certain property of an object. A text have a property, image has its own property, and also the shape, something like that. Yan. And lastly, once again, this one is nasa Corel.com, yung Dockers. Dockers, this is the term used in CorelDRAW, sa CorelDRAW lang, sa Corel.com, the Dockers display the same types of controls as a dialog box. Hopefully, all of us know the dialog box. The dialog box, yung kapag nira-right click natin yung ating mouse and then meron siyang nagpa-pop out na parang box, and that's what we call dialog box, Such sa dialog box na yun, there's a different command buttons, option, and list boxes based on CorelDRAW.com. But unlike of the dialog box, yung Dockers sa CorelDRAW is special feature niya. You can keep the Dockers open while working on a document. Lagi siya naka-open. Kasi unlike dun sa normal dialog box, pag right-click natin, pag kumuha na tayo ng function, nawawala. Pero the Docker, pwede natin siyang i-stay sa ating working space, sa interface natin, na pwede natin i-close. Yun yung pinagkaiba nun. Yun lang. Just continuing right here, so you can readily access the command to experiment with different effects. Dockers have features similar to palette in other graphics programs. So those are the 5 terminologies that we have to unlock para gamitin natin yung ating CorelDRAW. Okay? So moving ahead, syempre, sabi natin dito sa objectives natin to define the different terms. We already defined the different terms. Hopefully, you will still remember those terms. And second, we need to understand the software of the CorelDRAW X7. So, I'm going to show you the default working space of CorelDRAW X7. Okay, this is the workspace, so the working interface of the software interface of the CorelDRAW X7, similar to Workspace. So, I'm going to use the term Workspace. Mas appropriate siya, pakinggan. So, this is the default, Let's, pag sinabing default, kapag nag-open tayo, nag-install tayo ng CorelDRAW, this is the default program. Ito, interface or working space. Ito yung makikita natin. So, we need to identify each and every part of this workspace, Let's go ahead now on the first one. On the top part of the workspace, we have the Windows bar. So, sa Windows bar, it tells what program are we using or what software are we using. And here, this is the CorelDRAW X7. And of course, it tells us where was the document. Ito, yung document na to. Save, kung saan siya nakasave. And right here, it gives us sa Windows bar, what is the location of our document, kung saan siya nakasave. So, we have in the program C, under what? It is on the users, and also, nasa loob siya ng user folder. So user folder, meron desktop folder, and the desktop, we have the TUT 2021, 2022. Doon nakasave siya. At ang file name niya ay CorelDRAW X7 Workspace. Ang file type niya ay CorelDRAW CDR. That is the Windows bar. So yun, makikita natin kung saan nakasave yung document na yan. And also, ang pinakasikat na sikat sa Windows bar sa lahat ng software, meron ito, no? Itong tatlong magkakatabi na to, itong kambal na to. We have the minimize, maximize, and the close button. Very usual ito nakikita natin sa bawat program or software or work interface, no? And on the lower part of the Windows bar, the second layer on the top portion of this interface, right here, the menu bar. So menu bar, very common din sa lahat ng working interface or workspace. So there are such a couple of buttons encountered here on CorelDRAW X7. So we have the file, edit, view, layout, object, okay, effects, bitmaps, text, table, tools, windows, and now. Those are the buttons available in menu bar. And each button, it has included dialog box, we may say, no, with different functions also. No? So ma-explore natin itong lahat ng to kapag tayo gumagawa na mismo sa loob ng CorelDRAW. So ayun lang ang gusto ko malaman ninyo sa menu bar. So those buttons. Okay. And on the lower portion of the menu bar, we have the command bar. This is the common command bar. No, standard. We may say standard command bar on the CorelDRAW. So sa CorelDRAW, meron dito parang ito yung mga shortcut command such as open, new file, create a new file. Yan. We have the print, we have save, cut, undo, redo. We have also the zoom. Yan, yung zoom, and also the snapping of each object, yan. Diyan natin makikita yung mga standard command bar na nagiging gamitin kasi palagi. Yun, kaya siya naging standard. Okay. And next, we have the property bar. We all, alam na natin yung property. Yung terminologies, no, ang property natin sa computer software, it is a special attribute characteristic of an object, no. Sabi, based on Merriam-Webster dictionary. So, right here, this is the property bar. Yeah. So, in this case, it gives us the property of the layout itself, of the document itself. It tells that this document is some letter size, 8.5 by 11, in what unit? Inches. Okay, right here. And we have the nodes and the X and Y location of every object. Yeah. And maano natin yan kapag tayo gumagawa na. And take note, property bar, time to time nagbabago-bago. It changes time to time. Paano siya nag-change, sir? It changes time to time depending on what object are we selected, no? Kung ano yung nakaselect natin na object. It gives us the property of certain object. For example, if we click this CorelDRAW, which is the text, it will change also the property. Ganun lang kasimple. And next, we have the document bar. Now, dito sa document bar na to, it tells us what documents are we working with or how many documents are open on certain, this interface, no? So, we have right here two documents, which is the welcome screen, and we have the CorelDRAW X7 Workspace. Welcome screen, kasi sa default interface, laging may welcome screen. No? Pwede naman natin yan, na baguhin yung default natin. No? So, CorelDRAW X7, yan. Yung file name, as makikita rin natin yung file name sa Windows bar, CorelDRAW X7 Workspace. That is the document bar. And we can also add new document by clicking this plus, parang plus icon na yan on this portion, no? Para mag-create tayo ng new document. Meron lang. Next, we have the Docker. This full portion of this interface, no, sa right side. This is a Docker. No, sabi natin Docker act like a dialog box with different functions. But ang pinaka-special dito kay Docker, ni CorelDRAW, no, ito ay pwede natin i-maintain natin to as naka-open while doing our page, no, our layout. And each Docker, meron siya sa loob. Ito yung mga naka-highlight themes, object properties, object manager. Pwede pa tayo magdagdag ng different function pa dyan na meron mga iba't ibang klaseng function. No? Function within a function, that is a docker. Pwede kong sabihin na ganun. That is docker. And next, we have the color palette. And this, kung makikita niyan, lahat ng yan, merong eyedropper tool, yun. Kung pwedeng copyan yung kulay. Now, this is a series of color. So, kaya tinawag na paleta, color palette, which is available on the CorelDRAW, no? By default itself. Yan, color palette. Pagpipilian lang natin kung ano ba yung maging kulay ng bawat property ng object. Whether an outline or the color fill, yung mga ganun. Next, we have the toolbox, of course. On the left side of the CorelDRAW interface, we have the toolbox. So, also have different tools available right here. At i-discuss natin yan mamaya. Ito. Yung mga different function na yan. This is the toolbox. No, ito yung mga sinasabing handheld na gagamitin natin para tayo makipag-communicate within the documents or within the software interface. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, let's go with the bottom part of the working interspace. Sorry. Sorry, maybe inuubo. So we have the page navigation. Okay, we have right here. Simple lang. Page navigation by term itself, it helps us to navigate what page are we working with. And it also tells how many pages do we have on this document. So in my case, I have 2 pages on this document named CorelDRAW X7 Workspace. And I'm currently working into page 1, which is the highlight one, yun, kulay puti. Kapag nakakulay puti, yung ating identification about page, ibig sabihin, that is the selected page we are working with. In my case, I'm already prompt into page 1, itong naka-print screen na yan. Page 2, hindi pa available, and it has a couple of command, no, mga arrows. It tells whether to move forward or back forward within the page. And also, meron din plus dyan, which we can add new page, no. Very simple, page navigation. Oops. Next is the document color palette. So, ano nga ba pinagkaiba ni color palette kay document color palette? Very simple. Now, ito kasi very specific itong part na to kay CorelDRAW X7. Sa version ng X7. No? Naglagay na sila ng document color palette, which includes all the history of the colors. No? Paano ba yun, sir? History of the colors. It tells what colors you already used on this document. So, for example, on this color dark green, we have right here on the CorelDRAW, no? Yung dark green color niya. The orange, dito, naka-identify sa property ni Workspace, yung fill, orange. Color gray on the background, on the right corner of the layout. Light yellow on the bottom left corner of the layout, the light yellow right here on the most right corner of the bottom corner of the layout, and we have the light blue on the right portion, no, corner, no, yung pinakamaraming parte yan. And also we have the green by itself dito sa logo, no, such as document color palette, no. So ano nga ba yung pinakagamit na ito? Ang strength na ito, for example, you're able to create another rectangle, for example, and you decided to choose the same color with the text of CorelDRAW. So instead of finding it, what color was what I was going that I used before on the color palette, I rather choose on the document palette because it's already available here. That's the use of the document color palette na. Next, we have the object information bar. Object information bar. So, bibigyan na kayo ng hint. Ano nga ba yung mga object dito? Yung mga object yan. Yung mga rectangles, ellipse, circle, or pentagon, hexagon, yan, mga shape. Just to generalize. The shape, the text, yan. Those are the object. Now, image, bitmaps, yan. Those are the object available on identified on CorelDRAW software. So, simply lang, this is the information bar of certain object. When we click object, it will change, no? Whether it has a fill or it has an outline. And also on the object information, it shows some command na parang ito, contour or blend, or we can change the fill by the object information bar. We can also change the fill. We can also change the outline of certain object. That's simple it is. Okay. And of course, we need to identify also the layout page. This red portion right here, this is all the layout page. Pag sinabing layout page, dito mismo yung content ng ating object. Lahat ng nasa loob ng content na yan, and yung may include sa ating pag-export, import, pag-save. No? Lahat ng outside na object na hindi included sa layout page, hindi siya mapapasama sa print, sa printing, hindi mapapasama, hindi siya mapapasama sa pag-save. No? Something like that. So yan, in this case, this document, this layout page, based on this property na sinabi ko kanina, it is on a letter size which is 8.5 by 11, portrait, and use inches. Yan, yung units. Next, gusto ko lang isama tong rulers. Okay, itong rulers, itong horizontal and vertical portion of this na merong number, so is stated by inches because on the property, we choose the unit inches. So the rulers also in inches unit. Yan. Yan. Very useful to sa paggawa ng center ng page or sukat ng bawat object na i-insert natin. Okay? And gusto ko rin i-include itong scroll bars. Yan, scroll bars. Itong vertical and horizontal, this one. Yan, nagagalaw yan. Alam naman natin yan. Very common yan. No. Lalo na yung document natin, for example, the command bar is on 200% zoom. So, pag lumaki na yan, very useful itong scroll na to para mag-navigate tayo within the page or within the layout page. So, that is the very simple workspace of the CorelDRAw X7. So, very easy to understand. Hopefully, you're going to understand each and every function. No? Tapos, may utilize natin to habang tayo gumagawa na ng certain project sa CorelDRAw X7. And also, I would like to include na pag nag-right click tayo, meron din dialog box. No? Not not visible portion of the working interface of CorelDRAw. So, those are the different parts of the working space of CorelDRAw X7. And hopefully, we do understand each and every one, no? Yung gamit nito. And next, we are going to be specific on the toolbox. So, we need to identify those different tools kung para saan ba yung mga yan. Okay? Yan, identify the different tools in CorelDRAw X7. So, we're going to back sa panibagong video na i-identify natin yung different functions of the tools of the CorelDRAw X7.